Welcome, friends, to my channel. Today, we are going to explore the very first part of the book of Exodus, covering chapters 1 to 5. I will explain everything to you in a very simple and easy to understand way. So let's begin. Exodus chapters 1 to 5, the Israelites become slaves in Egypt. After Joseph and his brothers died, the Israelites, children of Jacob, grew in number and became very strong in Egypt. A new Pharaoh came who did not know Joseph or what he had done for Egypt. Pharaoh became afraid that the Israelites might join with Egypt's enemies in war. To weaken them, he made the Israelites slaves. They were forced to work very hard, building the cities of Pithom and Ramses. But even though Pharaoh tried to crush them, the Israelites kept increasing in numbers. Pharaoh told the Hebrew midwives, Shiphrah and Puah, to kill all Hebrew baby boys at birth. But they feared God and refused. Because of their faithfulness, God blessed these midwives with families of their own. Pharaoh became even more cruel and commanded that every Hebrew baby boy must be thrown into the Nile River. Chapter 2: The Birth and Early Life of Moses. A man from the tribe of Levi married a Levite woman. She gave birth to a son, Moses. To protect him from Pharaoh's order, his mother hid him for 3 months. When she could no longer hide him, she placed him in a basket made of papyrus, coated with tar and pitch, and put it among the reeds of the Nile River. The baby's sister, Miriam, watched from a distance. Pharaoh's daughter came to bathe in the river, saw the basket, and found the baby crying. She felt pity and said, "This must be a Hebrew child." Miriam bravely stepped forward and offered to find a Hebrew woman to nurse the baby. She brought their mother, who was paid by Pharaoh's daughter, to nurse her own child. When the child grew older, he was brought to Pharaoh's daughter, who named him Moses, saying, "I drew him out of the water." When Moses grew up, he saw an Egyptian beating a Hebrew slave. Angrily, he killed the Egyptian and hid the body in the sand. The next day, he tried to stop 2 Hebrews from fighting, but they asked, "Who made you ruler over us? Are you going to kill us like you killed the Egyptian?" When Pharaoh heard, he tried to kill Moses. Moses fled to Midian. In Midian, Moses helped the daughters of Jethro, Reuel, a priest of Midian, when shepherds tried to drive them away. Jethro invited Moses to live with him and gave his daughter Zipporah as wife. They had a son named Gershom. Meanwhile in Egypt, the Israelites groaned in their slavery and cried out to God. God heard their prayers and remembered his covenant with Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Chapter 3: God calls Moses at the burning bush. Moses was taking care of Jethro's sheep near Mount Horeb, Mount Sinai. He saw a bush on fire, but it was not burning up. Curious, he went closer. God called out from the bush, "Moses, Moses." God told him, "Take off your sandals, for you are standing on holy ground." God revealed himself as the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. He told Moses he had heard the cries of his people in Egypt and was sending Moses to bring them out into a good and spacious land, flowing with milk and honey. Moses was afraid and asked, "Who am I to go to Pharaoh and bring the Israelites out?" God promised, "I will be with you." Moses asked, "What if the Israelites ask me, 'What is his name?'" God replied, "I am who I am. Tell them, I am has sent me to you." God gave Moses instructions: gather the elders of Israel, tell them God has appeared, and then go to Pharaoh. God warned Moses that Pharaoh would not let them go easily, but he would strike Egypt with great wonders until Pharaoh finally let his people leave. Chapter 4: God gives Moses signs. Moses still doubted. God gave him miraculous signs. 1. Throw your staff. It became a snake. When he picked it up, it turned back into a staff. 2. Put your hand inside your cloak. It became leprous. Put it back, healed. 3. If they don't believe, take water from the Nile, pour it on the ground. It will become blood. Moses said, "But I am not a good speaker." God reminded him that he made man's mouth, ears, and eyes. But still, Moses hesitated. God became angry but said Aaron, Moses' brother, would speak for him. Moses would tell Aaron what to say, and Aaron would speak to the people. Moses returned to Jethro, asked permission to go back to Egypt, and Jethro agreed. On the way, God reminded him, "Israel is my firstborn son. Tell Pharaoh to let my son go. If he refuses, I will kill his firstborn son." Aaron met Moses in the wilderness. Together they returned to Egypt. They gathered the elders of Israel. Aaron spoke the words God gave Moses, and Moses showed the signs. The people believed, bowed down, and worshipped God. Moses and Aaron before Pharaoh. Moses and Aaron went to Pharaoh and said, "The Lord, the God of Israel, says, 'Let my people go, so that they may hold a festival to me in the wilderness.'" Pharaoh replied, "Who is the Lord that I should obey him? I do not know the Lord, and I will not let Israel go." Instead of freeing them, Pharaoh accused them of making the people lazy. He made their work harder. The Israelites now had to collect their own straw to make bricks, but the number of bricks required stayed the same. The taskmasters beat the Israelite overseers when they could not meet the demand. The people cried out and blamed Moses and Aaron for their troubles. "You have made us stink before Pharaoh and his officials, and put a sword in their hand to kill us." Moses prayed to God, "Lord, why have you brought trouble on this people? Why did you send me? Since I went to Pharaoh, he has made things worse, and you have not rescued your people." God reassured Moses that he would soon show his mighty power and force Pharaoh to let the Israelites go. Summary: Exodus 1, Israel grows in Egypt. Pharaoh enslaves them and orders baby boys killed. Exodus 2, birth of Moses, his escape to Midian. God hears Israel's cries. Exodus 3, God appears in the burning bush, calls Moses to deliver his people. Exodus 4, God gives Moses signs, Aaron chosen to help. Israelites believe God's promise. Exodus 5, Moses speaks to Pharaoh. Pharaoh refuses, increases slavery, people suffer more, but God promises deliverance. We have now finished the book of Exodus, chapters 1 to 5. In the next video, we will continue with Exodus chapters 6 to 10. If you missed the book of Genesis, you can find it on my channel. If you enjoyed this video, please like, share, and subscribe. And don't forget to click the bell icon so you'll be notified whenever a new video is uploaded. Thank you so much for watching. See you in the next video. Praise the Lord.